It has been 2 weeks since the Sojourn Animated short Calling was released. The short set us up for the events in Overwatch 2 Invasion. Today I want to go over a few details in the short that you might have missed, and some of them might be really surprising. Let's have a look. Hey guys, I'm Damesies from the Omnic Post. For this video, you'll have to miss my bearded face. I know, but you'll get over it. I want the focus of this video to be on that small piece of animated art that the cinematic team at Blizzard released 2 weeks ago. I purposely waited 2 weeks to make this video, so you all had time to watch it. If you haven't watched it by now, there is nothing I can do for you. Well, except maybe ring that shame bell.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Yeah, there we go. Thank you, Peter. Peter is editing this video, and it was his birthday this week. Guys, wish him all a happy birthday in the comments. Anyways, the video. As always, there were a ton of small details in this video that you might have missed. To be honest, I had a list of about 30 things I wanted to highlight. But because we all have a life to get back to, I'm going to keep it to just 10 things you might have missed. Now, make sure to watch the whole video because the last one, especially the last one, proves how much Blizzard loves making these cinematics. But we're starting out at the beginning because that's how it works in movies and in life. In that first scene, we see Sojourn ordering herself a coffee from a coffee stand. The barista of that coffee stand is a burly, hipster-looking dude that has tiny hands he uses to froth the coffee and to shape the foam into a puppy. Very cute, but I think we can all agree that it is not hygienic. You don't know where those hands have been, but that's not what I wanted to talk about, or at least not the only thing. As I said, the guy is rather burly-looking, big, strong, and he has that veteran vibe. On top of that, the fact he has frother hands tells me that he might have a military past. Nobody voluntarily sacrifices their hands to make better foam. He lost his hands in battle, and I guess he can switch his hands depending on the job at hand. No pun intended. He also refuses to take money for the coffee, so Sojourn sneaks it into his tip jar. At first glance, a heartwarming interaction, but I think those two have history. Military history. Remember this guy. But moving on. Sojourn actually orders 2 coffees, something that we had seen in the teaser they shared with us over a year ago. And we figured at the time that she had a partner for whom she had ordered that second coffee. But apart from Murphy, her dog, Sojourn seems to be living alone. That coffee was for Tremblay, the CSIS officer who is about to pay her a visit. She knew she was in trouble after saving him and his team last night. She knew that he was going to check up on her. Not only does it tell us that she is on top of things, but it also shows that her urge to help other people is bigger than her need to conform to the rules. Which is good news for the Overwatch team. By the way, you most likely noticed this detail, but Murphy is wearing braces on her back legs. And she used to be in a little wheelchair, according to the picture in Sojourn's living room. Another small detail, and one you might have missed, is that Sojourn has a poster for Some Like It Bought on her wall. This is a poster for a movie that you can also see on the Hollywood map. We know that it is the favorite movie of Maria Jimenez, the security officer at Lumerica. Those are the people behind the power plant on Dorado. And apparently it's also Sojourn's favorite movie. Or she might just have a taste for the fine arts. On the other hand, did you notice that all her cups are plain white? What the hell, Sojourn? Pretty sure her shrink might have something to say about that. Next up is Agent Tremblay. A lot of people were wondering if he is Sam, Anna's former partner and the father of Fariha, aka Farah. Mainly because Sam is from the indigenous nation in Canada, and so is Agent Tremblay, or that is what it looks like at least. But Agent Tremblay's first name is Noah. He is younger than Sam would be, and he is married. He's wearing a ring. Now, since this is Overwatch and he seems to be at least very aware of the inner workings of Overwatch, I wouldn't be too surprised if there was some kind of link. Maybe he's the younger brother of Sam, or maybe he's his son, especially since he reacts rather interesting on the picture of the Overwatch team. He mentions that we all have our blind spots, as he seems to be looking at that picture, which includes Anna. To be fair, there's also a picture of the Canadian Special Forces on there, but he definitely seems to be looking at the middle picture, the Overwatch one. Only the future will tell. Talking about the picture of the Canadian Special Forces, there are a lot of unknown faces on there, but some kinda look familiar. First is the middle left guy. He kind of looks like Gérard Lacroix, Emily Lacroix, aka Widowmaker's former husband. And former in the sense that, yeah, she killed him. But Gérard was French, so it might just be another man with one of those stylish French mustaches. And then next to him on the right, there's the Canadian Reinhardt. Doesn't he look a little bit like the younger version of the barista at the start? I know, I'm connecting a lot of facial hair here, but can you blame me? On top of that, if I was correct with my assumptions on his past, yeah, let's just move on. At the start, we see a man on the roof in front of Sojourn's house, and there is also an Omnic courier. When Noah starts telling the story of how they ran into that null sector cell, you recognize both the man on the roof and the courier besides him. Not the biggest surprise as later Sojourn unveils that they're Tremblay's agents. But in the subway, there's this third guy, and we don't see him again later in the animation. So, did he die in that fight? My condolences to his imaginary family. The next one is more of a comment, a missed opportunity in my opinion. As the null sector ships approach, we hear a rumbling sound. Murphy gets restless. It's that nice movie-like build-up, right? But look at this shot. Look at that beautiful crystal chandelier above her head. It is not moving at all, not even a tiny bit. What works better than a crystal chandelier ringing and shaking to announce impending doom? Nothing, I tell you. It's a missed opportunity, but I forgive them. The next one is more of a question than it is an Easter egg. Look at all those legs and bodies Sojourn has stowed away in her house. We also know that her arms are cybernetic, since they have guns in them. My question is, how much of her is still Sojourn? And I'm not trying to be philosophical about this. Is she just the brain? Or is it the head? And with all that hardware, how safe is she from the likes of Sombra, Null Sector, or even worse, Anubis? Dun dun dun. Yeah, alright. Last one. As I promised, it is a deep cut. Something about 95% of you, including myself, must have missed. But that showed the level of research, detail, and love that these artists put in the cinematics. In the final scene, this moment where we are engulfed in pride, goosebumps soaring down our back, Tremblay is cocking his handgun, showing Sojourn and the viewers that he is ready to join the fight. But he has one arm in a support bandage, so he is doing it with one hand. Now, I saw a tweet by one of the animators reacting to a veteran showing his appreciation for how realistically this was animated. He confirmed that this is the way a soldier or a police officer would cock their weapon if they only had one hand available. Something I completely glanced over in my first viewing. But now that I know this, it is something that I cannot unsee. And it proves that these people love their job, that they love this world, and that they love telling stories in an authentic way. Well, apart from the chandeliers. Anyways, that was my list. What other Easter eggs or fun details did you guys notice in this short? Let me know in the comments. Join me during my streams on twitch.tv/DamesTV and make sure to subscribe for more updates on Overwatch.